Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I want to talk about a principle that has the power to transform your life. Put God first. In every journey, every achievement, and every setback, the way forward becomes clearer when you align yourself with a higher purpose. Let me take you through 4 key points that can help you understand why putting God first matters and how it can shape your life. Putting God first isn't just a philosophy, it's a way of life. It's about surrendering your plans to a higher power, trusting that His purpose for you is greater than anything you could imagine. When you put God at the forefront, your steps are guided, your purpose is clear, and your life becomes a beacon of hope and strength for others. So start today. Put God first in your heart, in your actions, and in your dreams. Watch how it changes not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. When we talk about building a strong foundation, think of it like constructing a house. The stability of that house depends entirely on the strength of its base. In life, your foundation isn't made of bricks and mortar. It's made of your values, beliefs, and the principles you live by. Without a solid foundation, even the tallest building will crumble when the storms of life come. When the storms of life come, putting God first means grounding your life in something eternal and unshakable. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of wealth, success, and recognition. But here's the hard truth. Material things can be taken away in an instant. Fame fades, wealth can be lost, and success is fleeting. What remains is the core of who you are, your purpose and faith, and the wisdom that experience can teach you. When you put God at the center of your life, you're saying, I'm not building my life on temporary things. I'm building it on something eternal. Faith in God gives your life depth and direction. It aligns your actions with a greater purpose, one that goes beyond personal ambition. For example, imagine someone achieving their dreams of wealth and power but feeling empty inside. Why? Because they built their life on achievements that didn't feed their soul. On the other hand, someone who puts God first finds that even in failure, they are not lost. They have a foundation that doesn't crumble under pressure. Putting God first doesn't mean abandoning ambition. It means channeling it in the right direction. It's about asking yourself, why am I pursuing this goal? Is it just for me, or is it to fulfill a greater purpose? When God is your foundation, you don't just chase success, you create a life of significance. Remember this, a foundation rooted in faith isn't just for you, it's for those who look up to you. Your family, friends, and community will draw strength from the example you set. When you live with purpose, guided by faith, you inspire others to do the same. You take credit well done, and you lead by example. Only by doing this can you truly experience the benefits of intentional living. In every choice you make and every step you take, ask yourself, am I building on the right foundation? If the answer is yes, you'll find peace, resilience, and a deeper sense of fulfillment that no worldly success can offer. That is the power of putting God first. Once you have the guidelines, now you have the foundation and fulfillment that no worldly success can offer. That is the power of putting God first. Life is unpredictable, full of twists and turns, moments of clarity, and periods of darkness. It's in these uncertain moments that we feel most vulnerable. Questions flood our minds. Am I making the right decision? What's next for me? How do I move forward? When we face the unknown, fear and doubt can easily take over. This is where putting God first changes everything. This is where putting God first changes everything. Trusting God means surrendering the illusion of control and believing that even when you don't have all the answers, He does. It's about leaning on divine wisdom rather than relying solely on your limited understanding. Think of it this way. Life is like driving through thick fog. You can't see the entire road ahead, but your faith is the headlight, guiding you step by step. Putting God first allows you to walk confidently into the unknown, knowing you're not walking alone. In moments of confusion, prayer becomes your compass and scripture becomes your map. Through faith, you develop the patience and trust to wait for the right doors to open and the wrong ones to close. One powerful aspect of God's guidance is that it doesn't always align with our timing or expectations. Sometimes we pray for clarity, and instead, we get silence. It's easy to feel discouraged in those moments, but faith reminds us that silence doesn't mean absence. God is working behind the scenes, arranging things for our good in ways we cannot yet see. For example, think about how many times in life something you desperately wanted didn't happen, only for you to realize later it was a blessing in disguise. That is divine guidance at work. When you trust God in uncertainty, you can face disappointments and delays with peace, knowing that His plan is greater than yours. Faith also gives you courage. The unknown can be intimidating, but when you put God first, you find strength to take steps you'd never dare to take alone. It's not about eliminating fear, it's about walking forward despite it, trusting that God will provide what you need along the way. Lastly, God's guidance doesn't just help you, it allows you to be a light for others. When you navigate uncertainty with faith, people notice. Your calmness, confidence, and resilience inspire those around you to seek that same strength. In uncertain times, the question isn't, what will happen? The question is, who am I trusting to guide me? When you put God first, you don't need to see the entire path. You only need to trust that each step is taking you closer to where you're meant to be. I believe that the second you put yourself first, life opens up. When you put God first, it shifts your perspective on success, life, and everything you have. It reminds you that your achievements, talents, and blessings are not solely the result of your efforts, but are gifts from a higher power. This realization fosters two transformative qualities: humility and gratitude. Humility, recognizing your role. Success often tempts us to believe that we are entirely self-made, that our hard work alone has brought us where we are. While effort and perseverance are essential, putting God first helps you see the bigger picture. It reminds you that you didn't get here alone. The opportunities, the people who supported you, the strength to keep going, all these are part of God's grace in your life. Humility is understanding that you're part of something much larger than yourself. It's not about thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. When you humble yourself before God, you free yourself from the need to constantly prove your worth. You stop comparing your journey to others, because you know your value comes from Him, not from worldly measures of success. Humility also teaches you to treat others with kindness and respect. When you recognize that your blessings are gifts, you see no reason to look down on anyone else. You realize that life is not a competition, but a shared journey where we are all equal in God's eyes. Gratitude, seeing the blessings. Gratitude is the natural response to humility. When you put God first, you start to see blessings where you once saw burdens. You begin to appreciate the little things: a peaceful morning, a kind word, or the strength to face another day. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already present in your life. Living with gratitude doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means recognizing the good even in difficult times. It's thanking God not just for the victories, but also for the lessons that come from failures. Gratitude turns every setback into an opportunity to grow, and every blessing into a reminder of God's love. Gratitude also keeps you grounded. In a world that constantly pushes us to want more, Gratitude allows you to pause and say, I have enough and I am enough. It protects you from greed, envy, and the endless chase for more by reminding you of the abundance already in your life. The power of humility and gratitude. Together, humility and gratitude form a powerful foundation for a meaningful life. They keep your heart open, your mind clear, and your soul at peace. When you humble yourself before God and give thanks for His blessings, you align yourself with His purpose. You stop seeking validation from the world because you know your worth is rooted in Him. By putting God first, you embrace humility and gratitude as daily practices. You begin each day by thanking Him for what you have and end each day by acknowledging that without Him, none of it would be possible. This mindset doesn't just transform your relationship with God, it transforms your relationship with yourself and others. Lastly, a relationship with God can transform your relationship with yourself and others. In a world that celebrates pride and entitlement, choosing humility and gratitude is a powerful act of faith. It's a reminder that no matter how high you rise, you must always bow your head in thanks to the one who lifted you up. Putting God first not only transforms your inner life, but also profoundly impacts how you interact with the world around you. It shifts your focus from self-interest to service, reminding you that true greatness lies in how much you give, not in how much you take. Faith fuels the strength to serve others, even when it's inconvenient or goes unnoticed. Seeing beyond yourself. When you put God first, you begin to see life through a broader lens. You understand that you are part of a greater plan, and your gifts, talents, and blessings were given to you not just for personal gain, but to uplift those around you. This perspective encourages you to look beyond your own needs and recognize the struggles, hopes, and dreams of others. Emperor says, Emperor say it, serving others doesn't always require grand gestures. It can be as simple as offering a helping hand, sharing kind words, or being present for someone in need. These acts may seem small, but they carry immense value because they reflect God's love in action. The joy of giving. There's a profound joy that comes from serving others, a joy that material possessions or personal achievements can't match. When you put God first, you realize that the most fulfilling moments in life come not from receiving, but from giving. Service becomes less about obligation and more about an expression of gratitude for the blessings you've received. When you give selflessly, you align with God's purpose for your life. You experience the deep satisfaction of knowing you're making a difference, no matter how small it might seem. Even the smallest acts of kindness can have a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same. Strength and sacrifice. Serving others often requires sacrifice. It means giving your time, energy, or resources when it's not convenient or easy. But when you put God first, you find the strength to make those sacrifices with a willing heart. You draw from His example. Jesus Himself taught that the greatest among us are those who serve. And as so, through faith, you come to understand that sacrifice isn't a loss, it's an investment in something greater. Whether you're helping a friend in need, supporting your community, or mentoring someone, every act of service plants seeds that can grow into something extraordinary. End of summarizing our work. Creating a legacy. Putting God first and serving others doesn't just impact the present, it creates a legacy. People may forget your name, but they will never forget the kindness you showed or the lives you touched. Service is a way of leaving a mark on the world, not through power or wealth, but through love and compassion. By putting God first, you become a vessel of His love, extending grace to those who need it most. Your actions inspire others to live with the same spirit of generosity, creating a ripple effect that reaches far beyond what you can imagine. Conclusion. The strength to serve others comes from a heart that puts God first. It's a strength that allows you to look beyond yourself, to find joy in giving, to embrace sacrifice, and to leave a legacy of love and compassion. When you live with a servant's heart, you reflect God's purpose for humanity, a purpose rooted in love, unity, and service. True greatness isn't measured by how high you climb, but by how many people you lift along the way. So, put God first and let His love guide you to serve others with all your heart. In doing so, you'll discover that the more you give, the more fulfilled your own life becomes.